Welcome to Medill Newsmakers. I'm Aishwarya Kumar. Today we're going to talk about cricket. Cricket is the second most watched sport in the world, but in the US it has yet to become mainstream. Only 10% of the US population follows the sport, but this has not stopped the immigrants here from continuing to play. Being from India, I have a first-hand account of cricket's wild popularity. There's a famous phrase, cricket is religion. Chicago is home to 100 cricket teams and 6 recreational leagues. Matches are played across the Chicagoland area throughout spring and summer. Before we talk about cricket in Chicago, here's a quick explanation of how cricket is played. Welcome to Crash Course in Cricket. The object of cricket is for one team to score more than the other team. Teams are made up of 11 players. All 11 players of the fielding team will come out to play while the batting team sends in 2 batsmen. Batsmen work in pairs and cannot work alone. When the bowler bowls a good ball, the batsman defends the ball, and when the bowler bowls a bad ball, the batsman hits the ball aggressively and runs across the pitch to score runs. The wickets are made of 3 stumps and 2 bails on top. The batsman hits the ball and runs across the pitch. If both the batsmen run across the pitch successfully, 1 run is scored. When the batsman hits the ball and it reaches the boundary, the batting team gets 4 runs. When the batsman hits the ball in the air and it goes beyond the boundary, the batting team gets 6 runs. The job of the fielding team is to get the batsman out. There are 3 major ways a batsman can get out. When a fielder catches the ball a batsman hits, when the ball hits the wickets, and when the fielder hits the wickets when the batsmen are running in the pitch. Once a batsman is out, he is replaced by the next batsman in the batting team. When all the 10 batsmen get out, the inning switches and the fielding team bats. The team with the higher runs wins the match. There are 3 different types of cricket. T20, in which each team plays for 20 overs consisting of 6 balls each. One-day cricket, in which each team plays for 50 overs. Test cricket, which is played for 5 days. If you're interested, you should log on to American Cricket Conference's website and register to play in one of the leagues. In the last 5 years, 40 more teams were added to the leagues in Chicagoland. Night tournaments, which are 3-hour matches played in the evenings, popularized the sport here in the last decade. The general manager of American Cricket Conference, Manish Verma, said, quote, "Fans are excited by the 20-over and the 30-over formats of the game because it is fast-paced and enjoyable." We have Manish Verma and Ankush Keskar here in the studio to talk about the growth of cricket in Chicago. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. So I want to start off by asking you about the cricket journey, your cricket journey in Chicago. How did it all begin?
For me, it was after I moved to Chicago about 3 years back. Even before I moved to Chicago, I Googled cricket leagues in Chicago. That was my criteria for moving here. And Dallas, as we all know, is kind of a mecca for cricket in the United States. A lot of cricket in Dallas. But when I did move to Chicago, the first thing I did on my very first week was to start looking for teams. I came across the website, or rather the Facebook page, which is run by or managed by Manish here. And I reached out to Manish that I want to play, gave him my credentials, met the whole team, and the journey began.
How about you?
For me, it began from college. A bunch of us friends were all cricket enthusiasts. We would play tennis ball, pick up tennis ball games in the mornings. Basically, what took off for us was during the '97 World Cup, I believe, when we would all watch. About 12 of us would watch the game at a friend's house from, I believe, it was 2 in the morning till 7, 8 in the morning. Then we would all get to the cricket ground and play till the evening. And from there on, we just started playing we found out there's league games, where we just started playing in league games. And I got actively involved in recruiting players and working with the organizations, and it just took off from there for me.
5 years ago and now, how would you say people's response to cricket has changed?
Here in the United States, I would say it's a sport that is really catching up. I mean, we know mostly in the Indian subcontinent, Australia, England, South Africa, Kenya, West Indies. The cricket is really popular. But here in the United States, Canada, it is picking up. A lot of push from the International Cricket Council as well. I believe ICC Americas is now moving their headquarters to Denver to really drive cricket in the region. They have a tie-up with West Indies Cricket Board as well to roll out umpire training programs, to roll out coaching programs, to roll out coaching program for coaches as well. Also, there are a lot of universities, I believe, that recognize cricket at an Olympic level today. So if a player has played at a decent level, good chances that the player gets scholarship. So it's good for the diverse community that is really coming together to popularize the sport here, right from young guys to elderly. The league that we play in is run by a person called Rais Nizami. He's retired from cricket last year, but really enthusiastic about driving. So it's good to see cricket pick up.
What do you think, Manish?
Cricket's taken off a lot. The main driving force, I think, right now from about 10 years back would be social media presence. Everyone's connected with friends. They got to know their friends are playing cricket, so it's picking up, and just the levels of ICC pushing cricket in the country, it's increasing. We've had so many people like Ankush said, Rais Bhai, Sohal Bhai. We have the Midwest Cricket Conference, the Bolingbrook Cricket League. Everyone's just trying to push for cricket. Everyone has one common goal, provide a platform for the players. And now that we have it, we're filling it up. And it's like we're actually running out of space now.
And it's in a way it's good because the cricket is not only just bang 20 over cricket, right? We have 40 over leagues as well, which is really technically involved cricket. 30 over becomes equally involved as well. So it's good to see we have 50 overs, we have 40, we have 20, 30. Some leagues have 25 overs, and we also have a Unity Cup here in Chicagoland, wherein teams from various regions come together. A lot of international or ex-international players come into play as well. So it's a good push for cricket.
So as you said, not just people from the Asian subcontinent, so people from Jamaica, from West Indies have started playing cricket in leagues here. So how do you think that diversity has helped develop the sport here?
To me personally, I think we actually always look forward to playing against, a Jamaican, to play against someone from Pakistan. We've always watched these guys on TV while growing up, and for us, everyone has something to offer on the plate. Someone from one country is a really good bowler, while the others are really good batsmen, and we're all playing together and building together, learning something.
I mean, you have from Kenya, right? You have this guy. So we have a player from Kenya as well. But yes, as Manish said, we really look forward to playing with teams that are from different geographies. It's good for cricket. When I was in Dallas, and there were a couple of players from Argentina. I mean, they were brought up there, Argentina citizens who were studying in the United States. And so cricket is really spreading. A lot of good things to learn from other players too. We come across teams that are very well managed. They play as a single unit. They have a coaching. They have a player who coaches them too. Plus, we are all friends. We meet up at times. At times, it's party on the cricket field.
Yeah, cricket has actually gotten us to get more friends. We made more friends on the field than off the field.
So changing gears here, in the US, artificial astroturf is used to play cricket,
Right.
and whereas back in countries where cricket is a mainstream sport, they use soil pitch.
Clicks.
So what have you done in order to spread the word about building soil pitches in the US?
I think if we look at certain leagues down south, in Florida, for example, and I believe a couple of leagues in California, Dallas, of course, a lot of the pitches that we play on are actually grass, right? They're properly laid, the soil, grass, etc., and they're very properly laid pitches. I think it's more of the cricket organizers getting involved with park districts, because this drive really has to come from park districts. That if you dedicate a ground for cricket, then currently some few of the leagues that we play in, the pitches are cemented with a mat on top. Some of the leagues play on astroturf as well. it has its own pros and cons. Every pitch has its own pros and cons. But I think as a cricket community in Chicago, we are so enthused by playing cricket that don't really care. I mean, if it is on the road, why, we'll play.
And finally, where do you think the sport is headed to in the next 5 years?
I personally think that America is one untapped territory. And in 10 years, if you ask me the same thing, I'll tell you I told you so. But America is going to be a really big cricket playing nation, especially the 2020 version. And the cricket body, ICC, is actually working hard, to tap our markets. Example, last year we had Sachin Tendulkar,
Yeah.
and Shane Warne came out here with an all-star team, and they played in a baseball ground, which has never happened. But looking at that, we're going to have games, and I believe it's going to happen really big. So, the rest of the countries, watch out.
Yeah, and ICC, in fact, last week or a couple of weeks back had a session, a 2 or 3 day session for players in the Chicagoland area, and I believe they're going to go to different cities as well doing this, wherein players were given an opportunity to come and get trained under certified coaches and also play matches. The idea, I believe, was to identify raw talent and groom them to play for United States. I mean, what better initiative can ICC come up with?
Manish, Ankush, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. When we come back, find out what brings Chicagoans together when it comes to cricket.
Go you Northwest, go Northwest and break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all the go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern, we're Wildcats in every way.
We will cheer you all the go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern, we're Wildcats in every way.
Diverse. That is the best way to describe the culture of cricket in Chicago. People who move to the US from India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Kenya, and West Indies want to be involved with the sport. They sign up for leagues in the area and play in tournaments in spring and summer. While the India-Pakistan rivalry in cricket is nerve-wracking, Indians and Pakistanis here play together in the leagues. Take a look at what the players from the American Cricket Conference have to say about the cricket community here.
Cricket is fun, it's relaxing.
Fun.
Cricket for me is passion.
Cricket is like baseball.
So it's a nice game.
People from Schaumburg, Naperville, and Skokie come together every weekend. Matches are played across 11 grounds in Chicagoland.
People would be amazed at how much cricket is played here. We love cricket. The culture of cricket here is everyone wants to play cricket. The mix of players is, we have Indian, Pakistani playing, people from Kenya, West Indies, they all come up. Anyone that immigrates to US, and has played cricket before in their country, they miss it, and this is a melting pot for them.
Night tournaments, games played after 6 p.m., popularized cricket in Chicago since 2002. These tournaments offered a chance for players to finish their day jobs and warm up for the games later.
But it's fun, especially in the Chicagoland area. It's nice to see cricket picking up. We're all cricket enthusiasts, friends, families, etc. And it's good to play. I think overall within local regions, if you look at clubs, if you look at local leagues, a lot of leagues have come up playing extremely competitive cricket. Run very well by the organizers, getting in sponsors, etc. I mean, last year we had Air India sponsoring. This year we have State Farm. I think it's the love of the game that gets us together, really.
Joining us today over Skype is Bilal Ahmed. Bilal played for the American Cricket Conference in Chicago before moving to California. He has participated in tournaments in the East and West. He's been a part of the cricket community in the US over the last 5 years. I asked him what brings the cricketers in Chicago together for every game.
Oh, yeah, that's a really nice thing to start with. So we play cricket mostly in tropical regions, maybe in India, in southern part of Asia, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and if you move back to like West Indies and a couple of places like in Australia and all those places. And cricket is considered as a religion over there. So coming back to Chicago and living here, and if you don't get that much circumstances to come ahead and play, getting a good ground, getting a good support, and it's a team game. So that's pretty challenging. But once we get the chance to participate in a couple of tournaments, which are really growing up in Chicago these days, it's an amazing experience.
How would you describe the people that you play with in Chicago?
What happens here, we try to bring the cricket up to a level where the tournaments which are being organized, they really come up with a competitive environment. So those people who participate in those tournaments, they come for their passion towards cricket. And that really brings in a good scope, a good environment to get into and play the game and just celebrate and have lots of fun.
Mm-hmm. You've played outside of Chicago. What makes Chicago an amazing place to play cricket?
Chicago has lots of tournaments because of its the availability of people. Lots of people who are there and they want to come up and play. And I will definitely call it for the organizers too. They really give us a good chance to come up and participate. In other places, in comparison to Chicago, yes, we get again good tournaments to participate, but Chicago has a handful number of tournaments. So yeah, that's a big place to go and play.
So you talked about cricket being a religion in India and Pakistan. So India-Pakistan rivalry is a huge deal, right? But in Chicago, Indians and Pakistanis play together. So what is your take on playing together, and how is the vibe?
Right. Here we get the global exposure and we try to be friendly because, apart from the rivalry in game, we all are good friends. We talk a lot, we chat, and again, playing cricket on weekends is a kind of communal gathering. You really share your experiences, you share your ethnicity and getting into a really healthy environment. And yes, in part of, in the part of a game, yes, there is competition. But outside of it, we really get a fun while playing cricket.
Also, what makes the players in Chicago come back every weekend and play? Because cricket is not a mainstream sport in the US. So what makes you guys come together and play every weekend?
So yes, we definitely count on our weekends and mostly on summers. Mostly in summers, because what happens on winter, the whole cricketing season goes into a dormant mode. We participate in a couple of indoor games. But yeah, cricket in summers is like is a super good thing for us.
Where do you see the game 5 years from now in Chicago? And is there a particular story that you would like to share with us that you remember about the city?
What happens in cricket in Chicago when we started playing there, none much of the people knew about cricket there, and it was kind of a foreign event that's going on. But later on, we had seen due to the support we got from media, we got from a couple of the organizer companies or from big banners. They came up and they supported. Even we tried to take cricket towards school level. And we got support from high schools. We were able to conduct a couple of camping programs for school students and again camping for different clubs also. So cricket is really getting its root in America now. it's growing. It's coming to every other door of the houses, and people are getting to know about cricket. The first thing they call, okay, it's just like baseball. Yes, you can call for it, but yes, cricket is having its own strategies, own plan to go and play, and it has a different flavor and lots of fun. So cricket is definitely growing in Chicago. In 5 years, probably I can say we'll have more participants, we have more involvement in lots of other tournaments, and cricket is gonna be a national game in US.
Thank you so much for joining me, Bilal. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
When we come back, find out what one man is doing to encourage kids to take up cricket training. Don't go away.
Go you Northwestern. Go Northwestern, break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all to go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, spread for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats! Go you Northwestern. Go Northwestern, break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all to go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, spread for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern, we're Wildcats in every way.
Welcome back. Players and managers find a way to spread the word about cricket. Some players wear their jerseys around town to get people talking about the sport, while others visit schools and colleges to speak about the importance of cricket. I am here in Warren Park, Chicago with Illinois Premier League's chairman, Raiz Nizami. Raiz, thank you so much for joining us. Could you talk a little bit about the awareness of cricket in Chicago?
In Chicago, basically in this area where we live in Northside, there was no game over here in this Warren Park and different sort of close to the Chicago. There is no cricket over here. So when we started in 2014, so we get a very good response from the people, and this Park district also, there was it's a new game for them also, so they gave me all the facility and all this. Manager of the Warren Park and the top Chicago Park district, all top officials and all, they said, okay, go ahead and try. I mean, this is new game for us. I mean, like that we started.
What kind of facilities do they provide you with?
They provide me the ground, they make the pitch for me, and then there are so many things. I mean, grass cutting and each and everything. I mean, what we needed, so they provide us. They are very good people, and actually, when you talk to the people and then you give what is the truth and what you are trying to do for the kids, they will provide you. That's as simple as that.
So what have you been trying to do to improve awareness among kids under 17, under 19?
We are having the camp also for the under 19, under 17. And after the holidays, we are going to have the camp. So maybe I'm going to lead for them, and because as much as what I have the experience since many years, so I want to utilize for them. I made last year also, and few years back also I made the best bowler for my team is a new kid. Really, they are fantastic.
So during the camp, what happens? What kind of things are they trained?
basically we are going to train them the physical fitness, and then how to bowl, how to bat, and how to play the shots, and how to hold the bat, and how to bowl also. That's technically it's not man is standing and throwing the like a stone. No, there is a technical things. We have to show how to bowl, how to bat, and all. So it's a lot of time we have. If we have to spend the time with the kids, then obviously it's a new game, new thing. They will love it and they enjoy. And then when they enjoy, then they learn very easily.
In schools and colleges across Chicago, what have you done to increase awareness of the game?
In my area, what we have at 3-4 schools like Clinton and Mather and Stone and the Boone schools in the surroundings this area, because in this area my alderman Deborah Silverstein, her name, and her husband is State Senator Ira Silverstein. They help me a lot, as well as the Park District, as well as the alderman also. She helped me a lot, and then I explained them what I'm trying to do. So they said, okay, this is fine for us. So really they helped me out. So that's why I'm since 2 years. This is the third season. So they like it, and I'm trying to improve the game and all.
So the kids, are they from India, Pakistan? Where are they from, and how do they like when you talk about a new sport?
Basically, it's kids means there is no Indian, Pakistani, American, black, white, Hispanic, no. Because here is kids is they born here, means is like Indian kid, those who born India and Pakistan and Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, and those kids, those who born in India and other subcontinent. That is because when they born and they look at the game and all, but those who born here, Indian, Pakistani and Bangladesh, Sri Lankan, American, black, white, Hispanic, they are all same. Because they born here, so they don't they don't know what is cricket. So that's why it's these kids, they catch up very easily, because it's a new sport for them. When you see new things, then you grab it very easily. So it's simple for me and them also to get the knowledge for the cricket and all.
And where do you see this going moving forward? How will you make sure that they continue playing the game after you introduce it to them?
As far as my concern, and ICC, this International Cricket Council, last month they moved to America from Canada, and it's based on Dubai and England and all. So every international like Australia and all, they are also thinking to come to US, because what I was telling, when I spoke to them, the ICC guys and all, I told them, see, other countries, small countries also, they are playing. Why not US? They said, yeah, your thinking is good. I said, everywhere is US name is everywhere, but in this sports cricket, there is no name in the world. We are on the very low level like that. They said, what you are trying to do? I said, I can do whatever. If you help me out, then I'll help you out.
There are also talks the USA might host one of the World Cups. Cricket All-Stars, a 2020 tournament featuring cricket greats like Indian batsman Sachin Tendulkar and Australian spinner Shane Warne, was held in the US last year. ICC met with representatives from leagues across the US to better organize funds for cricket. Air India sponsored the league tournaments in Chicago last year, and State Farm is sponsoring them this year. The future of cricket in the US does look promising. That's all we have for you today on Medill Newsmakers. Thanks for watching. I'm Aishwarya Kumar.